This is an article that came out in the Post and Courier. People relocating from other states made South Carolina the ninth fastest growing U.S. State. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a migration of people leaving the North and moving into the South. And this has been going on for quite a few years now. Didn't just start. This came out December 19th, 2018. Now, I even have relatives that have done that, several of them that lived, up north, and they have now relocated in Georgia. And a few of them started as early as 10 years ago. And I had another cousin that left and moved down south back in 2017. So now you have a flood of new residents moving to South Carolina, and the pace is actually picking up. And that's called the Palmetto State. I don't know why y'all named your state after a damn roach, but okay. The population has nearly doubled in South Carolina since 1970. Most of that increase come from new residents moving in rather than the birth rate. The estimated gain of another 62,908 residents during the 12-month ending July 1st raised South Carolina's population to 5.08 million. What's striking is that overwhelming majority of South Carolina's population gains, 89%, came from people moving here, mostly from other U.S. states. Nationally, states with the largest 1% gain in population was Nevada, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, and Florida. The top five in terms of numeric population increases was Texas, Florida, California, Arizona, and North Carolina. South Carolina was the ninth among the states for both percentage growth, 1.3%, and numeric growth, 62,908 in the population. 9 states and Puerto Rico lost population. Well, you can understand why Puerto Rico would have lost it because of the hurricane, and they have never recovered. The states include New York, Illinois, West Virginia, Louisiana, Hawaii, Mississippi, Alaska, Connecticut, Wyoming, according to the census. So all of this name lost population. They all lost people. Only Maine and West Virginia and Puerto Rico had negative birth rates, more deaths than births. And many states have seen declining birth rates. In most states that lost population, the change was entirely due to residents moving out. Most states have seen fewer births and more deaths in recent years, said Sandra Johnson, a demographer and statistician. Ooh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people leave in the North. One thing about here, I can honestly say people in the North are rude. They are very rude and nasty. And they have this idea in their head that they're better than the people in the South, or better for Black people, and they're not. They're covert. Up here, you have a lot of covert racism. Down south, they're more open with it. I'd rather be with the people that are open with it than covert. Covert people you can't trust, because that is the one that will try to come near you, trying to put on airs like they want to be your friend, but at the end of the day, they want to harm you. Or if you're on a job, they're only trying to get next to you so they can go rat on you to the boss, or make up some lie about you and go in the office and tell the boss. That's what these Northerners do. I remember having a conversation with a friend, and I said, if there were 2 doors, one was marked north and the other one was marked south, which one would I go through? I told her I would go through the one that says south, because at least I would know what I was getting. In the North, it is just the covert. Racism is just through the roof. It always has been this way. But these folks up here are stupid, and they walk around believing they are better than the Southerners, and they're not. In fact, I believe they're worse. But I'm telling you, real and raw, these folks in the North have the same level of racism. They're just more covert with it. But it comes out in many different other ways, like in school where your kids don't get treated fairly, but they keep putting on airs that they treat everybody fair and they don't. Or on jobs where you clearly see you've been there for years and can't get a promotion, but they're promoting all these people that just came in the door. That's how they do it up north. They're very covert. In fact, in terms of employment, the South is a lot more progressive than the North. Up here, it's still a predominantly white management team in these companies. Where if you go down south, you'll see a more mixture of, black people, white people, and Hispanics. You'll see more of a mix in management when you go down there. It really has not moved that far ahead up north. They still play a lot of games to make sure the biggest position still goes to the historic people of the land that are dominating everything. That's how they do everything up north. I don't blame people for getting out of here, especially when you're looking for better opportunities. I think the South is really a much better place to be, work-wise. South Carolina, despite the size, gained more population from people who moved to other states than all but 4 other states: Florida, Arizona, Texas, and North Carolina. The differences between people moving from other states and moving out accounted for 50,775 of North Carolina's population gain. So, ladies and gentlemen, as it was before in the past, it is going to be that way in the future, where the South is really going to have the biggest money in the country. Just like pre-Civil War, the South had all of the revenue and the North was losing revenue. And as you could see, it's going right back to being the way it was before. You got more people going south, more job opportunities, more housing, and all of those things are happening. In many states with growth population, most of their gains have come from their birth rate rather than from people relocating. That's true in California, Texas, Georgia, Virginia, New Jersey, Minnesota, Maryland, Ohio, Utah, and others. So you can see a chart right here. How does your state stack up? Population change. Oh, it's an interactive map. Okay. So it tells you the blue states are where there has been population loss. So you can see Wyoming, Louisiana, Mississippi, Illinois, West Virginia, New York, and Connecticut. Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and Alaska all have population loss. And the other states have, like the lighter purple had small gains. And then the purple had a gain, and the most gains, as you can see, are in the dark states, dark purple right here. Nevada and Idaho had the most gain. But I'm not surprised, y'all. I'm really not surprised. So where are all those new South Carolina residents going? Previous census report have shown that in South Carolina, they are moving to metropolitan areas and to the coast in particular. Those popular trends recently made South Carolina the state's largest city, Charleston, surpassing Columbia, and Mount Pleasant is the 4th largest city after North Charleston. Greenville's population was the 4th fastest growing in the nation last year, and portions of South Carolina such as Fort Mill, have seen rapid population growth. So that's good. People are on the move in the US. I've been hearing about this for a long time, so I'm not really too surprised. And I'm not surprised that it's still going on either. Some of these states up north are very expensive to live in. You know, it is not cheap to live in the north, by no means. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.